do for me, I wouldn't be the man that I am. I keep my head on the swivel. I do what I have to do to protect myself and my family.
You know Pac just got killed. It ain't no kind of business Big was doing. Big couldn't even walk, he couldn't run.
What happens when the king of hip-hop becomes the target of his own hit? Diddy, once untouchable, now finds himself dodging bullets from his past. Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright, former confidants turned whistleblowers, claim Diddy's trying to silence them permanently, but why would a music mogul risk it all to shut them up? As we unravel this dark Hollywood thriller, you'll see how fame, power, and desperation can turn allies into enemies overnight. Diddy's deepest secrets were once known to Gene Deal and Jaguar Wright, who stood by his side. They now live in constant fear, watching over their shoulders, certain that Diddy wants them to be permanently silenced. What is worth killing for, as far as these former insiders could tell? As the music mogul's company collapses due to bombshell accusations, we reveal the terrifying truth behind his frantic efforts to conceal his background. Let me ask you a small favor before we continue. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you enjoy this content. It has such a profound impact on us. Many thanks. Let's return to the video now. Once seemingly impregnable, Diddy's empire is suddenly collapsing more quickly than anyone could have predicted. Sean Combs, often known as Diddy or Puff Daddy, established a hip-hop empire that went well beyond just music. He started off as an intern at Uptown Records and worked his way up to become one of the most influential people in the entertainment business. Diddy's Bad Boy Records was producing hit after smash by the mid-1990s. While his own songs ruled the charts, he boosted the careers of superstars like Mary J. Blige and the notorious B.I.G. Diddy's influence grew to include vodka with Ciroc, fashion with Sean John, and even a television network with Revolt. With a fortune valued at around $1 billion, he appeared to be unstoppable. But a darker reality was simmering beneath the glitzy exterior of parties, accolades, and hit songs. Industry circles had long been rife with rumors of Diddy's dubious business dealings and volatile temper. Former performers voiced their displeasure with strong-arm tactics and unpaid payments. He was nevertheless shielded by a horde of attorneys and public relations specialists, and his reputation stayed substantially intact. When singer Cassie Ventura, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, filed a lawsuit against him in November 2023, alleging him of rape, sex trafficking, and years of physical abuse,
They had problems with before, whatever like that, and trying to talk to them in the whole 9 yards. That's when they dropped that thing with Cassie.
dam finally cracked. The music industry was rocked by the bombshell accusations. Diddy swiftly reached an out-of-court settlement, but the door had already been opened. Additional accusers came forward with comparable accounts of exploitation and abuse. Former Bad Boy members have spoken out against intimidation and financial manipulation. In response to reports of a tense relationship, even Diddy's own son, Quincy Brown, distanced himself. At a startling rate, the music mogul's meticulously constructed image was coming apart. Federal authorities paid attention as the charges mounted. Investigations into sex trafficking, money laundering, and possibly murder were reported to be ongoing. Diddy's business empire started to suffer. Longtime partners abruptly stopped talking, radio stations stopped playing his music, and brands severed their connections. Those who were once part of Diddy's inner circle, however, delivered the most damaging blows. Singer Jaguar Wright and former security Gene Deal came up with shocking allegations on the extent Diddy will go to in order to keep his secret. The public was not prepared for the magnitude of criminality that their accusations suggested. There have always been scandals in the music business, but nothing could have prepared anyone for what Jaguar Wright and Gene Deal were about to disclose. A terrifying question emerged as they came out to tell the truth. How many lives was Diddy prepared to ruin in order to preserve his reputation?
For me, I wouldn't be the man that I am. I keep my head on the swivel. I do what I have to do to protect myself and my family.
Former bodyguard Gene Deal and vocalist Jaguar Wright, who was close to Diddy's inner circle, were previously highly sought-after members of the hip-hop mogul's inner circle. Deal was Diddy's shadow for years, witnessing both his private transgressions and his victories. Wright was a gifted vocalist who hung out with industry heavyweights and moved in the same prestigious music circles. Both felt that they were riding the success of Bad Boy Records and were a part of something greater than themselves. However, Deal and Wright found themselves in a moral bind when the flaws in Diddy's business started to surface. The secrets they held weighed too much for them to handle. They took the risky but ultimately successful decision to come out and expose the murky side of Diddy's world. The reaction was immediate and horrifying. Deal describes a terrifying incident that left him terrified for his life. He said, "There was a $250,000 hit on my head," with a hint of surprise at how fast he had gone from being a marked man to a trusted confidant. Wright was also caught staring over her shoulder. "I didn't want to name Diddy publicly," she said, "because I was afraid he would harm me or those close to me." Diddy's need to keep control became clear as their accusations gathered traction.
When he passed away, there was $250,000 on my head and $150,000 on his.
A malevolent attempt at coercion is described by Deal. "Someone close to Diddy contacted me, saying enough is enough about our accusations. The message was unambiguous. Keep quiet or else."
What do you want to speak to me for? If he's trying to speak to me, it's for Puff. Point blank. But Kirk Bro did say to me that the dude said enough is enough. When do it becomes enough?
However, what knowledge could Deal and Wright have that would push Diddy to take such drastic actions? Speculation has only been stoked by their indications that they may have harmful information. Deal presents a troubling image of the lengths the tycoon may go to in order to preserve his reputation by implying that Diddy has a history of involvement in violent occurrences. The most startling admission occurred when it was discovered that Diddy had, in fact, ordered hits on Wright and Deal. The idea that one of its biggest singers might be capable of cold-blooded murder to silence his critics left the music industry reeling.
Because news came out that his former bandmate from Dirty Money, she called the other group member Gunn 58 times, trying to get her to stop the lawsuit against Diddy.
A long-standing cold case started to warm up as accusations centered on Diddy's harsh methods. One of the worst catastrophes in hip-hop may have been an inside job, according to new evidence. Is it possible that the solution to Biggie's murder was already in plain sight? The music industry was rocked by the notorious B.I.G.'s shooting death in Los Angeles on March 9th, 1997. The East Coast-West Coast hip-hop rivalry that had claimed Tupac Shakur's life only months earlier came to a devastating end with the death of Christopher Wallace.
You know Pac just got killed. It ain't no kind of business Big was doing. Big couldn't even walk, he couldn't run.
People that say Biggie was asking for him coming to LA so soon after Tupac got killed and him getting on the radio rapping Long Kiss Goodnight.
Better known to millions as Biggie Smalls, Biggie's death went unsolved for years, serving as a terrible reminder of the brutality that had engulfed the business. New information about Biggie's killing is now emerging though, as Diddy's company implodes under the weight of growing allegations. Hip-hop photographer Monique Bunn, who was close to the artist, makes what is arguably the most incendiary claim. Bunn said that Biggie had told her about his intentions to leave Bad Boy Records. She disclosed that Biggie was absolutely about to leave Puff, implying that the singer and his label head were becoming more tense. Biggie's presence in Los Angeles at the time of his death takes on a troubling new dimension as a result of this information. Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, made critical remarks regarding the circumstance. Why would you rent studio time in LA for him to finish your album when you got your own Studio D Daddy's house? Deal questioned, raising questions about the official explanation for Biggie's West Coast presence.
Rent studio time in LA for him to finish your album when in fact you got your own studio Daddy's house.
Interest in the case has been rekindled by the dubious circumstances surrounding Biggie's last days. Rumor has it that attempts are underway to obtain sufficient proof to open previously closed murder inquiry files. The prospect of reviving Biggie's case, which could reveal long buried information, looms big as pressure builds.
You would put your man in a situation by sending him to Cali to work on your album.
The reaction from Biggie's own family may be the most damning. The rapper's mother, Valletta Wallace, has stated that she wants Diddy to answer for his actions. It is clear from her support for additional research into her son's death that even Biggie's closest friends and family have questions about the official version of events. Reports concerning Diddy's actions in the immediate wake of Biggie's death have surfaced, which is a final, unsettling detail that speaks to his character. Diddy allegedly told his staff to make sure Biggie's posthumous album came out at #1 instead of giving them time to grieve. Unsettling doubts concerning Diddy's goals and his genuine sympathies for the artist who contributed to the creation of his empire are raised by this calculating coldness in the face of catastrophe. As the music industry was still in shock at Biggie's passing, Diddy was facing a barrage of fresh accusations. The scope and character of these allegations, which range from human trafficking to sexual assault, depict an exploitative empire. Could other powerful figures in the sector be implicated in these crimes? The entertainment business was rocked by a string of cases that opened the floodgates. One especially unsettling instance concerns a woman who claims to have been the victim of a horrifying assault in 2018 and is requesting $50 million in damages. Her lawsuit claims that in addition to sexually abusing her, Diddy threatened to kill her and used a TV remote control during the assault. Although the amount of violence detailed is startling, what really chills the blood are the purported intimidation techniques that ensued. According to the woman, Diddy's colleagues threatened to silence her by showing her a live stream of her sister's house. Diddy's alleged predatory behavior, which even extends to his star-studded events, is depicted in another lawsuit. In this instance, it is said that Diddy sexually assaulted a luxury auto businessman at one of these occasions only because a professional athlete intervened. The growing accusations point to a pattern of conduct that extends well beyond individual instances and raises the possibility of a structural issue inside Diddy's inner circle. Legal professionals are analyzing the possible repercussions as the accusations mount. Diddy may face serious legal issues as a result of the volume and gravity of the allegations, including potential criminal prosecutions and federal investigations. As sponsors and business partners distance themselves from the incident, the music mogul's carefully constructed public image is in ruins, and rumors suggest that his net worth has dropped significantly. However, Jaguar Wright's claims that Diddy's alleged offenses might only be the beginning are arguably the most shocking. Wright asserts that Jay-Z and other prominent members of the industry may be connected to Diddy's network of exploitation. Even though these allegations are unsupported, they raise serious concerns about the level of corruption in the top levels of the music industry. Unquestionably, Diddy's empire is being impacted by the ongoing legal activities against him. Radio stations are removing his music, brands are severing their connections, and longtime partners are abruptly quiet. His legacy is disintegrating in front of him, and the man who once appeared untouchable is now becoming more and more alone.